Hey ho, let's go. What's up, everybody? How's it going out there? Thinker St. James here. It is Tuesday. That means it is the Contender Series. Week 4 is here. I'm excited. I'm here early. I am looking forward to this. My favorite thing in all of MMA, watching the new upcoming talent proving themselves, hopefully putting on good performances. Let's see if this week we can actually have some like fights, you know, as opposed to just some dude wrecking shop and beating the hell out of the other guy in very quick fashion. It seems to be what happened last week, at least. This chair is falling apart. I need to get a new chair. That is in the works here. It has to be. You know, I've been putting it off. It's one of those things. Sometimes you got to acknowledge when the time has come to make some upgrades, and that is what is happening here. So I will have that on the agenda. Anyway, what's going on in MMA? Rampage Jackson crashed out, talking against his attorney's wishes. I think on Instagram. Getting back at the quote-unquote racist haters. Bro, maybe now is not the time to be crashing out. Maybe now is the time to be shutting your mouth, staying silent, perhaps. Might be the better way to conduct yourself with such a very serious case going on. However, the fact that Raja Jackson still has not been arrested means maybe that there's nothing to worry about. Maybe Rampage can do whatever he wants. Maybe Raja can do whatever he wants. He could have gone out and hurt somebody else in the meantime. Who knows how many people he has hurt? I would assume it's none, but you can't be sure if he's not been arrested, right? So this attempted murderer stays free. He's out there playing Xbox while his dad's on stream, bowling with thoughts and getting angry at the MMA guru. Seems like we live in quite the bizarre world, but whatever the case may be, that's where we're at. What else is going on while we're waiting to start this thing up? I heard that there is potentially a firmed up White House card. I think that was probably just jaw flapping on Twitter, but it does look like we're getting closer. The White House card is confirmed, so sooner than later, I'm sure we're going to hear something. I mean, maybe a little bit later. It'd probably be another, couple months, I would think. Not until July, excuse me. While Raja is facing a full life-changing moment, Rampage is bowling with horrors. That is true. How's it going, Hydra? Good to see you. Beeb, what's up, brother? Gang is here early, as is your boy. How is everybody tonight? Are we all excited? The Sean O'Malley Jr. is fighting today, from what I understand. Chase Parton made a point to mention that O'Malley's sidekick is on the Contender Series, as is the brother of Mikhail Olashechuk. Don't know if he's fighting with the nerds. I don't know if he's training out there with the Fighting Nerds squad, but we know that Mikhail is, so we've got another Olashechuk perhaps coming into the organization, as well as Sean O'Malley's second in command. It's my Sunday today. I have an 11-hour shift tomorrow. Damn, that sucks, but I'm glad that you're spending your Sunday with your boy. Hopefully you can enjoy some Contender Series fights to ease the pain of having to go into work for 11 hours the next day, my friend. I know how annoying long shifts can be. Hopefully the money is worth it. Hopefully you're recouping all of that money that you lost on that very large bet that you had placed not too long ago. I understand how that goes too. You go all in on a bet, and when it doesn't come through, it's like, damn, that is a big old hole in the pocket. So hopefully we'll have a good time today. Like I was saying before you guys showed up, hopefully we'll get some actual fights today. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope that we actually have some competition here, as opposed to dudes walking in, throwing several punches, and then walking out with a contract. Because that's all that last week was. Last week was a lot of dudes running through the other guy and then one good fight. Like, I felt bad on the podcast last night. We're trying to go over these fights, and I'm like, there is nothing to talk about. One fight we had something to talk about. Souza and forget who his opponent was. I think it was Christoph. Anyway, regardless, it was a good fight too. But we had 4 fights with instant knockouts, flash knockouts, and one good fight. So hopefully today we're gonna actually see some fireworks. Let's see what O'Malley's little friend is all about. You know, what is Olashechuk's brother all about? On Saturday, we're going to be seeing a whole lot of new faces, too. If you were not listening to the podcast last night, I suggest going back and listening to our predictions for Paris, because there's a lot of interesting people making their debuts. One of PFL's tournament winners is making his debut against Marcin Tybura. That's Dalia or Dalesia. Axel Sola, another guy making his debut. And then, of course, Losine Kaita, who is the KSW featherweight and lightweight champion, double champ 2 times at lightweight, I believe. I don't know. Go back and listen to the podcast for the details. But my point is, a lot of interesting talent coming up on Saturday, and hopefully some interesting talent coming up tonight. To be fair, I didn't expect DDP getting ragdolled by Hamzat that easy. But, brother, I don't think anybody expected that. How could you have expected that out of not only... See, this is the thing, right? It's not only the fact that he was an MMA fighter, a trained fighter. You would expect that anybody at a high level of competition in mixed martial arts would not have that happen to them. But he was not only a trained MMA fighter, he was the champion of the fucking world. He was the middleweight champion of the world. You don't go in there and do that to the champ. You don't hold the champ down in a crucifix and pitter-patter on his face like you're screwing with your little brother. Like you're trying to keep the controller away from him while you're playing Nintendo? Come on. I don't think anybody could have anticipated that. I thought it was going to be a competitive fight. You know, I thought that the craftiness of Dricus was going to seal the deal. I was completely taken off guard by what I was seeing in that. I mean, after it happened for 2 rounds, I started to get used to it. You know what really bothered me in that fight, since we're talking about it? The fact that Dricus had the nerve to come back a little bit in the 5th round. That's what bothered me the most. I was like, you motherfucker, after 4.5 rounds, you now are starting to figure it out to the point where you can get to your feet? You couldn't have done that in round 3? Yeah, I was upset. I was a little upset. I don't know. I mean, you know, Chase posted a clip in the Discord of Dricus's coach talking about Alex Pereira. And Dricus's coach might be one of the more delusional people in this sport right now. He might be worth a video. I got to see if I can get enough footage or enough details on that guy to formulate something interesting, because that dude, he really does like have that. He's got that like Jamal Hill level of delusion. Because when he was talking about Pereira, he was like, oh yeah, all he does is throw hooks. He can't do shit on the ground, blah, blah. I'm like, he can't do shit on the ground? Who, excuse me? Who's saying that? Kocha, who is saying that no one can do it, or that he can't do anything on the ground? I don't know, man. That's like, this dude might be really off his rocker. A guy who gets a little bit of success with one of his star pupils and then lets it go all the way to his head. I'm telling you, he's the new Edwin Tarverdian. I believe the comparison is legit. So, I don't know. I guess that's just going to be what it's going to be. Going to find out who can beat Hamzat. That's the big question. Guess we're going to find out who's going to fight him on Saturday, right? Title eliminator, Kaio and Imavov. But then if it's Imavov, are they going to try to pull the whole religious bullshit? I don't understand that shit, man. How is that okay in this sport? I don't want to fight that guy because we're the same religion. Oh, okay. I don't want to fight that guy because, I like his hair. I don't want to fight that guy because we drive the same car. Oh, well, I mean, why didn't you say so? Obviously, you're not going to be fighting that guy. Like, they're the same religion. They don't have to fight each other. It's weird. Hamzat versus Strickland. I see Strickland getting submitted within the first 3 minutes. I would absolutely say that that's the truth. Although, I mean, I don't know. Like, is Hamzat actually out there trying to submit people as champion? It didn't seem like he was going for the finish to me against Dricus. It seemed like he wanted to be in there for the entire 25 minutes. Because when you have Dricus in the crucifix in round 4, when he's been bucking, trying everything that he can to get out of that position, gotta be tired. You know that he's got nothing for you. You've dragged him all over the octagon 7 different directions. Do you not then think that perhaps a submission could be attempted at that point? I don't know. I mean, definitely Sean Strickland is not beating Hamzat. Sean Strickland is barely beating fucking anybody anymore. I mean, at least anybody in the upper echelons. I don't think that Sean Strickland is posing any threat to anybody. The fact that he even was flapping his gums about it is ridiculous to me. Sean Strickland is a facade, if you're not aware. Sean Strickland is a mask. In fact, one of the last episodes of Yama that I did was called Behind the Mask, I believe, and it was about Sean Strickland. Or at least in part, anyway. Once every 2 years, pitter-patter decisions with absolute minimum risk. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, that's what it feels like anyway. I don't know if that's 100% what it is. But, is he going to fight? Is he going to get sick? Is he going to actually submit people? Is he going to drag it out? Who knows? Hamzat is an anomaly. Hamzat squeezed the teeth out of Rob. He absolutely is going for the finish. I mean, you say that, but why couldn't he do it against Dricus if he had so much control, though? I didn't see anything out of Dricus that would have led me to believe that he couldn't have made that happen somehow. Also, do you notice, this is something I noticed after watching the CJI, and granted, completely different sports, completely different level of competition, X, Y, and Z. I understand all of this stuff, but do you also pick up on the fact that no one is comfortable transitioning from top control or side control into the armbar? I've never seen, it's so rare, especially because the reason I bring that up is Hamzat with the crucifix, it would have felt like to me that if he had dynamic motion with all of the top down pressure he was putting on, that if he had swung his body around real quick when Dricus was down and tired, that he could have snatched an arm, pulled back and grabbed that armbar. Now, granted, he's not a BJJ guy. Sambo guy, mostly, right? But it's just interesting to me that there are BJJ moves that just don't translate to MMA, when I think that also it's a fortune favors the brave kind of thing in a little bit in certain circumstances there. Take a chance after you're up 4 rounds. I don't know. I think Hamzat was playing it a little bit conservative. Didgeridoo Dave, how are you, sir? G'day, mate. G'day, mate. I don't understand the fan base of those fighters. I'd rather see you lose and do something entertaining. Nah, I get it. I do get it though, Hydra, because they just want to win. They just want to have they want the prestige of supporting a winner. I understand that aspect of it. But you'd think at this point, with how many fighters who have been champions from the regions of the world where these guys come from, that they would be a little bit more discerning about the individuals they're supporting, as opposed to just, you look like me, I support you. But I don't know. Tad, where can I see the combats? You can see the combats on ESPN Plus. We do not have any specific locations that I can give out, but if you join the Discord, !Discord will get you in there, and somebody might be able to help you out in there. Thank you for checking in, and you'll be getting play-by-play analysis from your boy, Thinker St. James, right here on the channel. Dricus didn't break his jaw weeks out from the fight with surgery planned right after. Is that what happened to Rob? Now that you say that, that does sound familiar, but Either way, I mean, if that's the case, man, Rob should have, like, I mean, of course you take the fight, but, like, maybe Rob should have protected his face a little bit more. And hindsight is 2020. Because DDP is a monster and not easily finished. I mean, there's some merit to that. I will give you that, Beeb. I'll give you that. There is merit to that, but not enough of a not enough of a beast to not get laid on for 5 rounds. 4.5. Wow, dude, look at all those green boxes on Tapology. He's definitely my favorite. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you get the win. Win's a win. That's, me and Chase were talking about that on a podcast not too long ago, how it's like, no matter how you win in this sport, it does, like, history is not, what's the right way to phrase this? We will remember, the hardcore fans will remember fight over fight to an extent, but time erases, the sand of time erodes the details. I can't tell you the details of, 5 fights ago for a certain fighter, talking about 2021 at this point. You know what I mean? So it's like the keeping up with this sport is difficult sometimes because the details matter in these fights. But on paper, all that you get is win or loss and maybe a little bit of a blurb on Tapology. So it's a hard sport to really, like, dig down into. You have to really be a fucking nerd about this shit to, like, you got to dig down into the details in order to really know, like, all of what goes into any given fight. Like, how deep do you want to research it? How much fight tape do you want to watch? How much, like, lineage tracing do you want to do? Because over time, things erode, And all you see in the record book is win or loss. I lost money on DDP, but Hamzat completely dominated that fight. Clear victory. Brother, come on. There was no more a decisive, definitive victory for a challenger that I can really think of in recent memory. Not somebody who hasn't held the belt before, at least. Clear victory, but I was still bored as fuck. Fair. I'm going full autism thinker. I'll remember. There you go. You have to. You have to tap into your inner Mikey Moose, baby. You have to hone that. You have to go Rain Man on the stat sheet. Lean Telegram says Fun Riders. Telegram? Oh, the messaging service? I do not have Telegram. But I do have Discord. You can join the Discord. Somebody just posted the link to the Discord. If you want to join Discord, you can chat with others about MMA there. We're going to be watching the Contender series very soon. Keeping an eye on the clock here. We are 12 minutes out. What else is going on? Yeah, we've got a super fight coming up with Zhang Weilei and Valentina Shevchenko. Everybody's very excited about that, as am I. We've got Mackenzie Dern getting a title shot. How deserved is that? I mean, you've heard me say many times that Mackenzie Dern is the hottest woman in MMA, in my opinion. So, for that reason, I suppose alone she is getting a title shot. Because it sure ain't her fucking record. They really are trying to set up, Virna with the hottest lady in the game. Why are they doing Virna like that? Did you see JDM said he thinks it will be easier on the feet against Islam than against Bilal? Did he really say that? I mean, he's got to be trying to sell the fight. That's all that can be, if that's the truth. If that's what he said. If he actually said that, he is definitely he's just trying to talk a big game. There's no way that he actually believes that. JDM is MMA grifting with that statement. When was the last time Bilal knocked someone out? Now, granted, Islam is not exactly Mr. Knockout, but he has done it. If he doesn't do it with his hands, he can do it with his feet. And if he doesn't do it with his feet, he'll just take you to the mat. So, I mean, one way or another, he is way more dangerous than Bilal. JDM is hard trolling. I think Valentina versus Waylay goes the 5, and Valentina takes the dub. Yeah, I could see that. My gut is telling me Zhang Weilei for some reason. That's just kind of where it was at. We were talking about it at some point recently, and that was where my gut was that was where my feeling was lying there. But I don't know. It's a great fight. It's a really great fight. It's one that I don't really want either of them to lose. I like them both. Ohio Player, what's good, my man? Oh shit! I thought this was Halle Berry's stream. Oh yeah, sure. Well, I was gonna put out a community note about it, but thank you for reminding me, Ohio Player. Yes, everybody watching, so you are aware, myself and Chase Parton have picked the next film that we are going to be doing a review of for MMA on Film, and the film is Bruised, starring Halle Berry, 2020 from Netflix. This film came out, I remembered very distinctly when this movie was in production. Halle Berry was at a couple of events. I remember her alongside Holly Holm. She was there during some of the face-offs and stuff. This movie came out and was universally panned. This movie got terrible reviews, both critically and from the MMA community. I have not seen it. Chase has not seen it. So if you want to get caught up with us, get in the know on this movie, go to Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe it is still on there. It's called Bruised, and we will be reviewing that on the channel sometime soon. So keep your eyes on it on the channel. I'll put a community note about it as well to remind everybody, but go out, watch Bruised, and you can watch our review of it sometime soon thereafter. Free stream, guys. Fact Fusion, no. We are just doing a watch along here. I cannot show the fights or I would get kicked off of YouTube. Unfortunate situation with that, but that's just the reality of it. So if you can find it, if you join the Discord, somebody might be able to help you with that, but we will be watching all together without the stream containing the fights. He said he thinks Volk beat him on the feet first fight, and he's better than Volk. Come on, dude. JDM is talking shit. Maybe game. Yeah, exactly. Didgeridoo Dave. It's all gamesmanship. Like I said, he's MMA grifting with that shit. Bilal slept Sean Brady. He did not sleep Sean Brady. That got finished on the feet. Sean Brady was in enemy territory and apparently got treated pretty bad out there. Excuses. All excuses. I agree. I agree it's excuses, but I'm just saying. Just saying. Sean Brady came back and looked pretty goddamn good to me. Swordfish is the movie to see Halle... Yeah, that is true. You will not be seeing any of Halle Berry's lady bits in the Bruised movie, but you will see her try to pretend to be an MMA fighter. So, apparently, that is pretty funny. Not as pleasant as a nice set of cans, but we're going to do the MMA thing to do, and that is watch Bruised. So, go and watch the Bruised movie, and then you can see me and Chase review it shortly thereafter. Any Raja incident updates? Well, I had said at the start of the stream that Rampage crashed out recently on Instagram, going against the wishes of his attorney, lashing out at all the haters and the trolls. Apparently the MMA guru is getting to him. And to that I say, perhaps it is time to keep your mouth fucking shut, Rampage. Maybe that's the smart thing to do, but Rampage perhaps not the smartest bulb in the pack. But also, as I said, as far as I know, still a free man We're on day 15 or some shit like that. That Raja Jackson is still walking the streets. Imagine how many people that guy could have hurt between when it happened and now. He could have been on a fucking rampage. No pun intended. Maybe slightly. Maybe a little bit intended there. But think about it. You literally saw a dude commit attempted murder in 4K, live on stream. No arrest, no incarceration, still free to roam the streets and do it again. The LAPD is a joke. They got a lot of time for ICE raids. But an attempted murderer is walking the streets free right now. You know, I'm going to withhold some of the things I could say. But what I will say is that is absolutely atrocious. Miscarriage of justice. Day after day. Every second that Raja Jackson is not arrested is a miscarriage of justice. Rampage said he'd beat John Jones if John had a gun. What? It's an odd thing to say. I've heard that the feds are investigating the incident currently. Oh, well, great. Everybody can investigate all the fuck they want. It's on video. What are they investigating? And if they are investigating, why not take the guy into custody when you have video evidence of what happened? What, you think that shit was AI? You think that shit was fucking conjured in fucking Gemini or some shit? ChatGPT did that shit? Give me a fucking break. It was all on video. Everyone knows what happened. Get that man off the fucking streets. Investigate as much as you want while he is in custody. There's no fucking possible world that we live in where there's not enough evidence to arrest him currently. Because you could say, oh, well, they're trying to build a case. They're trying to build a case. They have the case. Good Lord. Sorry if I'm getting a little heated about it, but it gets me fucking heated. It was live streamed. Exactly, Beeb. Give me a fucking break. 3.5 hours of streaming I did about it to give you all of the context you need. Somebody go send my stream to the feds. In fact, never mind. Take that back. We don't need them involved with Yama. There's already enough heat on Yama at any given time. But you know what I'm saying with that. Myself and 700 other streamers, probably even more than that. People who make fucking Moist Critical did video about it. Every single person that, like, name a big commentary channel on YouTube, they did a stream about it or a video about it. Big streamers did videos about it. Everybody on the planet was talking about it. People outside of MMA, people in pro wrestling, Jim Cornette covered it. For fuck's sake, everyone knows what's happened with this story. And this guy is out there walking the streets a free man. He's playing Xbox while Psycho Stu is drinking his breakfast. Didn't mean to spark the TNT keg. Nah, brother. Come on, dude. You know it doesn't take much for me. Remember, he's yelling about mixed martial arts, by the way. All right. Do we have feed here? Do we have feed for the Contender series? We are at 59. Give me feed. Black screen. Show me something. There we go. All right. We are starting soon. It was on the Mexican news channel. Fucking Bloomis was telling me they covered that shit in Denmark. It made international headlines. You could not escape that situation. And that dude is out there walking free. I really cannot think of another time in history recently. I mean, well, besides the Epstein files, but let's not go there. It feels like we live in a lawless land right now, people. And when there is lawlessness, it inspires greater lawlessness, because one might say, well, if Raja Jackson is not arrested, what is stopping me from going out and doing that? You know? Not something I would want to do, but you know how these clout-chasing youngsters are out there in IRL streaming land. Shout out to all of the fine Kick viewers we have on stream tonight. It's all Beeb's fault? Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. All right, ESPN logo. Boom. First shot of this dude shadowboxing is your sync point. The Ultimate Fighter is not what we're watching tonight, but the Contender Series is, and it has started. Caught it. Fixed it. Mid-sentence. All right, folks. It's Contender Series time. Let's have a good night tonight. Let's have some good fights. I want to see something entertaining. This guy's last name is, what is it, Lesbayani? Where is that guy's name? Leboznoyani. Leboznoyani. That is quite a name. Lesbonayani. Oh, they weren't kidding. This kid really is a mini Sean O'Malley. Good Lord. He said, I like your hair, Sean. I'll take it. You're going to call him JPL? I'm trying to think of it. What is it? What are we standing for that? Downshift. Like the name. I like the $sign. All right. Oh, John Paul. Oh, I got you. John Paul. I keep wanting to say Lesbos. It's not Lesbos. Leboznoyani. Where can you watch the fights? You can watch the fights on ESPN Plus, or you can join the Discord and ask somebody in there. Somebody might be able to help you out, sir. But Downshift, do you know who John Paul is? Are you familiar with this guy? Just for anybody who's new to the stream, I specifically do not do any research on these fighters going into the Contender Series. The only thing I ever know about anybody on the Contender Series is what I hear through osmosis, through conversation online, but I do not go out of my way to know anything about these fighters. This is my opportunity to be just a casual fan watching and trying to enjoy some fights, and that color of Lorisenko's lipstick is turning your boy on. I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. I apologize. You didn't need to hear that, but it is the truth. God damn, that red lipstick is doing it for your boy. I'm only human. The hell do you want me to do? She wears lipstick like that. Didgeridoo Dave can feel me on that one. He seems all right. I first picked Congdon, but a lot of people were picking JPL. I went back and I got my money on JPL now. Okay. All right. All right. What are you going off of though? Are you going off of like Tapologies, like fan rankings or whatever? Or are you going off of the money line? Laura's still your favorite? Laura is the greatest. I love Laura. She is the best. And she doesn't usually wear that color of lipstick. Trust me, I know. I would remember. Your boy's got a thing for red lipstick. What can I say? I know what I like. Jack Congdon is a finisher, they say. What are the odds looking like? Jack Congdon is a plus 360. All right, I guess it's looking pretty good for Jean-Paul Leboznoyani. It should be illegal to have that many syllables in your last name. OC Dave P. Is Hero Footlicker fighting tonight, brother? I feel like I'm that guy right now with the way that I was just going in on the lipstick. But no, if you ever hear me talking about feet, there's something seriously wrong. If you ever hear me talking about feet, I have been replaced by a doppelganger. Call for help. Yeah, they're showing Lebosnoyani's highlights right now. Looks pretty good. I mean, in the highlights, but anybody can look in the highlights. We talk about this. The regionals ain't it. Lip liquor, not feet liquor. Got it. Yes, that is correct. You watch film. Okay, good stuff. You look at their fights, see who they fought, how much of a margin they won by, the style matchup and whatnot. Nice, dude. Good. Then you're doing it right, Downshift. Yeah, if you're going through and doing that level of research, you're definitely doing it right. Contender Series is definitely a place to make some cash. If I do bet on the Contender Series, though, I have a rule. Because I don't know any of the fighters specifically, intentionally I don't know any of the fighters, my motto for the Contender Series always is straight bets, small money, all dogs. That's the rule. No parlays, only straights, no big bets, small money on them all, and only pick the dogs because that is where the money can be made unless you're going method of victory on the favorite, which is also a good way to do it. But I like to go for a little bit more of a risky bet when it comes to the Contender Series, only because you never know what's going to happen. This year has been a little bit more predictable, I think. Also, JPL fights in a harder league, if I'm not mistaken. That's a good question. Where did he come out of? Where did Lebosnoyani come out of? He came out of LFA. I mean, I wouldn't say LFA is a harder league necessarily. A lot of great fighters have come out of LFA. But because of that, it's definitely what I would say about LFA personally, if I had to assess it, is that LFA is like when you talk about the tiers of regional scene, like you have like your small regional promotions, your mid-size regional promotions, and then your like I would say upper echelon, like your premier regionals. LFA would be your upper echelon regional. I would say that's how I would look at that. I would say something like CFFC is probably in that mid tier. I'm from Florida, so I know a lot of the Florida promotions. So I would say something like Island Fights is your lower tier. Not necessarily just when I'm talking quality or anything like that. I'm just talking about like accolades, recognition, graduating fighters, that type of thing. So you have like an Island Fights kind of in the lower rung there. No shade on Island Fights at all. Much love to Island Fights, but just as far as levels go, that CFFC would be in that middle. LFA would be in the top, ish range there. And then you get into the pros that are like, your premier organizations, and really the UFC is obviously the best of that. PFL, one championship, etc. I'd rather fight in LFA than Bellator. It's sad to say that is probably not too far off. Of course, Bellator no longer exists, but if you're talking PFL, shit, dude. Honestly, at this point in the game, if PFL offered you a lot of money and actually came through with the checks, it's probably easy money. We're going to have a dude who won the PFL tournament coming in against Marcin Tybura on Saturday, and he's probably not going to win. He's already been beaten by Marcin Tybura. We talked about this on the podcast yesterday. Oh my God, McMillan has Scarface tattooed on his fucking chest. Oh, dude, this guy is a fucking cringe lord. PFL over LFA? They're different levels of competition. Yeah, by PFL is like, that's like a premier organization, I would say. But there are way levels when it gets to that level of promotion, and PFL ain't got shit on anything in the UFC. That's what I'm saying. We're going to have a PFL guy come into the UFC and probably lose to a mid-level heavyweight. You have Tybura? Yeah, I do too. He already beat him. One time. This is a rematch. McMillan is the only underdog pick I have for tonight. All right. Are you picking him because you watch tape on him, or are you picking him because he is the little buddy of Sean O'Malley? Because he is a Tim Welch graduate. Drop URL. We cannot post links. No link posting in the chat. Got to be careful, or we've already had a lot of problems with the platform, You Eat Rocks, so we got to be careful with that kind of stuff. If you join the Discord, somebody might be able to help you in the Discord. ! Discord will get you in there. Oh, you didn't know until after? Okay, fair enough then. God, he better be good because he's coming in with some really terrible tattoos. So you really have to justify having tattoos that bad. He's fighting David Megoyani? Oh, Mogyan. No I at the end of that. My bad. Kind of underwhelming, but I could be really wrong. I mean, yeah, anything can happen on the Contender series, man. That's the craziest thing about it. That's why I love it so much. It's another reason why I don't do so much research anyway, like why I committed to not like doing a lot of research on the Contender series is because like you can do all the research in the world and then some dude can come in and have like the craziest night ever. Tommy Gunn Imploder. Okay. Have you seen him fight before, or you're a fan? I have never seen him fight. All I know is that I am kind of underwhelmed and a little bit put off by his tattoos. But if he comes out here and smokes, buddy, then I am all in. Okay. Oh, you're a fan and you've seen him fight before. All right. Well, I mean, he's coming in with a little bit of hype. Word on the street, based on what the homies were telling me, was that there is a chance that he might be getting the sub tonight. He might be going for the submission, I have heard. Cannot guarantee that, I'm just telling you what I've heard. He's trained by Timbo and Suge. Yeah, dude, I get it. I know. I am aware. Now it's time to see if he can put it to the test. Does he have what it takes against Megoyan? Magoyan. Okay, that is not how I would have pronounced that, nor how I pronounced it several times. Magoyan. Very curious about Cezary Oleszejczuk. Yes, the brother Oleszejczuk. His brother is already a middling talent. How will he do? This is a good question. McMillan is cringe, so you're not wrong. I mean, look, I don't know him as a person. All I know is that I see Scarface tattooed on your chest. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's a little on the nose. You know what I mean, bro? He's looking like Dave Franco in Spring Breakers right now. I might be showing my age with that reference, but it kind of tracks. Looking like Alien. Damn, I'm proud of that reference, by the way. You show him the fights by chance. Unfortunately, Imploder, I cannot show the fights or I would get kicked off of Twitch. If you join the Discord, somebody might be able to help you out with finding what you need. Getting yourself linked up with what you're looking for. Russian versus Cringe, the classic matchup. Yes. Yes, indeed it is. In fact, this is really very similar to Sean versus Piotr in that way. Am I wrong? I have round 1 KO for Oleszejczuk. All right, cool. I'm looking forward to it, man. I just want to see good fights. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want right now. That's how it goes on the Contender series. I spend every waking moment of every hour of every day following mixed martial arts. It's all that I do. So this is my one chance to just watch it like a casual fan. Sean versus Figueiredo, you want to see that fight? That's probably not too far out of the question. That might happen. Not on that one. Showed the age a bit by saying playing Nintendo. Ha! I almost said Super Nintendo too. That's funny, Hydra. Come on, man. You could be playing the Switch. You could be trying to wrestle away the Joy-Con. I really legitimately did almost say Super Nintendo too. That's funny. McMillan is cringe with the hat too. Dude, that's what I'm saying. He's got Scarface on one side. What's in the middle? He's got like a, what is it? Is that Deadmau5's logo? He's got a flaming race car on the other side of his chest. Bro, this chest piece is atrocious. I do like Legends Never Die, though. I do like Legends Never Die. What is on his shoulder? Who is on his shoulder there? It looks like he's got like a Grand Theft Auto character tattooed on his shoulder. He's got Scarface over here. He's got a flaming race car on the other side. This dude has a 14-year-old's poster collection tattooed on his chest. Scarface tattoo is peak. I mean, it's peak something. My parents still call every console I have the Nintendo. Yeah, same. I mean, I am a classic retro gamer myself, so I go old school regardless. Worse than Jail Tats? I mean, it almost is worse than Jail Tats. At least Jail Tats have a story to them, you know? Love the SNES? Same, brother. Level 5 GTA Online character. Absolutely correct. All right. Well, fight's almost underway. McGoyan is doing all kinds of stretches real quick, making sure he's limber. All right. Fight is underway now. McMillan and McGoyan. Low kick for McGoyan. Oop, all right. Good shot. McGoyan got right under there, but nice roll through by McMillan. That was nice work. That was nice work. Yeah, McMillan able to roll right through the takedown. McGoyan got real low. He keeps going very low with his entries. That's not a smart way to be doing things. He's got his neck snatched because of it right now. His level changes. Like, he was trying to go underneath the overhooks. And he's paying for it right now. Still better than Jamal Hill's thumbs up chest tattoos. There's nothing quite as bad as that. Brother has a pair of hamburger helper oven mitts on his chest there. He's got Glover. You know Glover 3D, Glover 64. Talking old school video games. He's got Mickey Mouse's gloves on his chest. I mean, McMillan is keeping the neck right now. He is not really advancing this position just yet, but control. All right, McGoyan back to his feet. They break. See if McGoyan adjusts his entries on those takedowns because he's going way too low. Excuse me. McGoyan. For every girl and boyin'. He is doing all kinds of hand jiving too, bro. Like that, I don't know if he's like doing that to throw off McMillan or if it's just nerves, but he is like. Ooh, uh-oh. McGoyan drops McMillan there, at least stung him. I don't know if they'll count that as a drop, but McMillan took a knee real quick, got back to his feet real quick, but he is bleeding out the nose now. Uh-oh. Ooh, nice body kick for McGoyan. Yeah, McMillan's getting worked a little bit. Oh, that was a nice elbow for McGoyan. Oh, another nice body kick for McGoyan. He's starting to lay some shots on now. Oh! Heavy spinning elbow lands flush. Yo, McMillan's getting the work right now, people. Sean Jr. is getting worked over. Oof. All right, McMillan lands one, but he goes down. I don't know if he was trying to go down, but he went down one way or another, and McGoyan is laying on shots. Oh, another heavy one. Yo. I mean, McMillan is tough. He's taking some hard shots here. He's looking wobbly. Hey, good takedown from McGoyan. This is not... Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to go down, you better be landing shots because he's wobbled, bro. And he goes right in starting to land shots instead of going for the wrestling. I appreciate it. Yeah, McGoyan is putting that work in. Yeah, they're playing that replay of that spinning elbow. That shit landed flush, boy. Beautiful work, McGoyan. I'm liking how he's fighting right now, and now he has the back. I also appreciate that McGoyan is not trying to go for a whole lot of grappling. He is just trying to strike on the ground. He knows that his opponent is hurt, and he is trying to capitalize. That is good fight IQ. Keep going, brother. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. Oh, going for the pile driver. Hey, Chiwiwi. Thank you very much, Imploder. Appreciate you following. Welcome to the Blood Palm. Oh, he's got the guillotine. Oh, he's got mounted gi. Oh, brother, you must tap, brother. Oh, he's done. Oh, he's tapping, and you gotta tap. Oh, there's no way. He's giving a thumbs up like he is not about to go to sleep. Actually, it looks like a modified Von Flew, but oh wow. This McMillan dude is kind of tough though. I mean, he has taken all kinds of damage, and that looked like a crazy tight submission that he just got out of. But Magoyan trying to readjust it. Magoyan is putting that work in right now, dude. I like how he's fighting. He's staying calm. He's going with the motions here. But McMillan, I cannot believe that McMillan didn't tap to that. That was really, really tight. And McMillan back to his... McMillan... He's definitely making a fan out of me by the fact that he is staying in this fight, because he has been dropped and he has been almost submitted, and he is still throwing hands now. Good for him. Let's go. Ooh. Elbow lands again. Woo. Good first fight. Let's go. Wow. That was the type of round that feels like an entire fight. Holy shit. All right. Round 1 down. Jesus, that was a lot of action. Good shit. That's what you want to see out of the Contender series. I used to have a Super Wildcard 2 to copy SNES cartridges to a 3.5-inch floppy disk. That's what's up, dude. Hell yeah, that's old school. McMillan getting wrecked. Magoyan kind of crazy. I mean, he's a little... honestly, I was going to say he might be a little wild early, but I think once he got the jitters out, he's pretty clean, man. Yeah, clean fight indeed. This is good shit. Yeah, McMillan a dog. You're not lying, bro. Like I said, he had the guillotine. He had the bottom guillotine. He had the mounted guillotine, and then he had a modified Von Flew, none of which tapped McMillan. That's so crazy. Wonder if Magoyan's gas tank lasts. That's a great question, Downshift. We're gonna have to see, because I mean... But I don't even know if he's really, would be all that gassed right now. He was fighting with good fight IQ. McMillan already had a little bit of a hair lip coming into this thing, and that got a whole lot worse. Let's go Tommy Gunn. I mean, bro, honestly, I'm kind of rooting for the guy only for the fact that he's still in this fight. A lesser fighter. A fighter from last week would have already been out of there. Is that Dan Helly on commentary? I agree with Dan Helly that McMillan needs to keep his fucking hands up. Oof. Combo for Magoyan. Didn't land all of them, but putting that work in. A little low kick for him. Magoyan bleeding out of the side of the eye there. Doesn't have enough lateral movement. I agree. Yeah, hands low, not enough lateral movement. I mean... I would think that at this point he should probably be trying to shoot for some takedowns himself if he's got the ground game like that. I had heard that he was supposed to be a submission guy. Going for a high kick. That's a non-starter. Plus he's slow with his kick too. I think he's understandably a little gassed at this point. He needs the sub. I mean, he might have power in his hands still, maybe, but I wouldn't have too much faith in it. And Magoyan, all he needs to do is stay the course, honestly. I mean, just keep doing what he did in round 1 and not overextend himself and gas out. He looks pretty fresh to me aside from the cut. Cut's cosmetic. All right. McMillan has the neck again. This is the same position he was in round 1, bro. You have to transition that. You can't just be in this top-down position on the neck and not try to go for the back or do something with it. Go snatch an arm. This is a non-starter position that he's in. It's just control. All right, now he's starting to try to transition, but Magoyan moving his body nicely, staying out of harm's way there. There's the transition. Okay. All right, there it is. Okay, McMillan gets the back. That's what you need to do. Would like to see a little bit more urgency out of him. And he loses the back. Goes right back to the front. I mean, if you're going to try to, you could lock in an anaconda there. I mean, like there is a submission to be had there, but he's just not trying to get to that either. And now he's got a top-down cradle that's also, it's like everything McMillan is doing on the ground is like a non-starter. And now they're back to the feed. Oh, McGoyan lands another one. Oof. McGoyan just slapping him. Just tagging him. I like how McGoyan is fighting people. I think that he is really, like, the fight IQ is showing for McGoyan right now. That's a big thing I look for on the Contender series is fight IQ. Because power and agility and those kinds of things are all great, but the mark of a fighter that really is going to be effective in the UFC, I think, is fight IQ. All right, they clash again. Ooh, nice lunging forearm there for McMillan. I liked that. Oh, nice knee up the middle for McMillan. Knees are not a bad idea for him now, if he can land them. But McGoyan's starting to hunt him down a little bit, putting the pressure on. This is a better round for McMillan. That was a nice right hand for McGoyan. This is a closer round. And McMillan lands another right. All right. McGoyan shoots again here. Trying. Oh, another nice knee. 2 knees for McMillan. 3. This is a better round for McMillan. He might be winning this round. It's close. It's very close, though. I don't know if I would necessarily give it to him, but it's definitely a lot closer. So he's not out of this thing. Amazingly. Amazing that he's not out of this thing. Gas tank showing. Gas tank showing on both sides. Yeah, there's this Sanko talking about who's the fresher fighter right now. It's hard to tell. Needed to not go the distance? I don't know, brother. I hope for your sake that that's the case. Hope for all of our sake that that's the case. I want to see a finish. And McMillan throwing a little wild there. Yeah, McGoyan, you're right. He is starting to fade a little bit. You can see he's breathing pretty heavy now. Oh, his hand's starting to drop. Yeah, McGoyan might be losing it a little bit. Or he might just be conserving. He might be scaling for late game. That overhand right would have taken out my Nana. Oof. Another nice one at the end there from McMillan. He might have taken that round. It might be 1-1 going into the third. I don't know. That was a close round. I think McMillan with the control and the striking, I think he took that round, though. I would have it 1-1 going into the third. Knees would save McMillan right now. I mean, if that's all that he has power-wise, like if he's losing steam up top, then knees are definitely the way to go. Knees and kicks, because you can gain a good amount of momentum and still land with good power with kicks, even if you're not throwing with a lot of torque in your body. Let gravity do some of the work there. You know, what's that called? Not the opposite of inertia, whatever that is. Okay, as long as we get a finish before the middle of the third. Oh, you went over 2.5 or under 2.5 rather. I'm praying for you, brother. Let's see a finish right now. McMillan breathing a little heavy there. I want to see McMillan knee turn into a rear naked. I mean, he needs to transition. Like, he needs to actually be getting the transition. Centrifugal force, yeah. I have heard that centrifugal force is not actually real. Someone was telling me that. And apparently there's something called centripetal force that is real. Why I remember this? Because it was so odd to me to hear someone actually say that out loud that I just somehow retained it. Do your own research. All right, round 3 is underway. 25 seconds in. Nice body kick from McGoyan. I don't know if we're going to be getting a finish, though, bro. Both these guys look real tired. Ooh, that was a good one from McGoyan. Trying to go for the trip. Ooh, there you go. Nice knees for McMillan. Ooh, another nice one from McGoyan. McGoyan landing a good couple of shots there. McMillan also landing. They are slugging. I like how both these guys are fighting. Tough fight. Definitely gritty. They are slugging. Ooh, another nice straight left for McGoyan. Contender Series level boxing. I mean, it's entertaining, bro. They are slugging. Definitely not as much technique as we may have seen earlier on. Every punch is rolling off the shoulder. True. Yeah, now McMillan's just lobbing shots. Slow, labored, sluggish. Both these guys, though, they are gassed. Oh, another nice one lands for McGoyan. Oh, yeah, they are rock'em sock'em roboting out there. They are both gassed as shit. They're just hurling their arms and hoping that they land. Bro, they are swinging, though. This is a good fight. Not pretty, but definitely entertaining. Reminds me a little bit of the Misfits boxing. One of these dudes is Joey Essex. Which one of these guys is Numero? Oh, heavy crack for McGoyan. Damn, this McMillan dude has a good chin, bro. Nice uppercut. Bro, they really are going for it, though. Oh, spinning elbow, but nothing on it. Yeah, McGoyan just doesn't have any pep left in his step. Tim losing his mind after every shot. Tim is loud as fuck always in the corner. Oh, nice 1-2 from McGoyan. Oh, another uppercut. Oh, and McMillan lands. Dude, these guys are beasting right now. No defense whatsoever. Hands low on both sides. They're really just hurling their hands out and pissing caution to the wind. All right, McMillan has... Oh, there you go. There's the knee you were asking for. But I think it is. Yeah, it's over halfway through the round. Sorry, brother. Sorry, downshift. Unfortunate for your bet, my friend. I am sad for that one, but I'm still very entertained by the two of these guys basically just bar fighting right now. I don't know who the hell is going to win this thing. This has been a very, very competitive fight in the last two rounds, at least. I'm leaning towards McGoyan, but McMillan's landing some nice shots there. Yo, McGoyan's starting to look like he's getting a little wobbly too. And McMillan is all kinds of beat up. Oh my God. This dude is looking like a stuffed pig. Both of them are. Who won? We don't know yet, brother. McMillan and McGoyan are still going at it, and they are swinging like madmen. Insane. The pace of this fight is crazy. Not really the pace of it, just the action of it, dude. They are both gassed as hell. Oh, man, McMillan swinging away. He's getting the crowd into it, saying, let's go. He's got 30 seconds, bro. Land those hands. Don't showboat, my friend. Go and get your shots in. I mean, he's seeming like he's very confident that he's winning this thing, but... I mean, there you go. All right. Oh, damn. McMillan's really letting it go now. All right. Oh, nice knee lands. But McGoyan's staying alive. How is McGoyan doing it? How are either of these guys doing it? This fight's fucking wild. Oh, my God. I love the Contender Series. Let's go. Hey, big man is on his feet, and I'm clapping too. That was wild. They judge off of damage. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware of the judges' criteria, my friend. I hate when fighters play with their food and don't double down. I mean, I wouldn't call that playing with his food. I mean, it was pretty competitive, but at the same time, he should not be showboating in a fight that close. I would say that. I mean, go just keep, knuckle down, go get your win. McGoyan a warrior for coming forward? Absolutely. Yeah, both warriors. Yeah, that was a great fight. That was really, really good. That's another one that I would suspect that whoever loses this fight is Dana's going to say we're going to keep him on the back burner, call him up when somebody drops out or something like that. Entertainment at its finest. That's what I'm saying, dude. Beeb, that is exactly why I love the Contender Series right there. That is why the Contender Series is my favorite shit in all of MMA. You had McMillan on the money line? Nice. I mean, he's probably going to take that. Yeah, I would say he won that last round. 10-8 round 3. What? There is no way that was a 10-8 round. Give me a break. That was not a 10-8 round. It was a close round up until McMillan started pulling away with it. This last minute might have won it for McMillan. Yeah, I agree. I think that McMillan took it took it towards the end. It was pretty competitive earlier than that. McMillan, the biggest telegrapher ever. Yeah, I mean that there's probably some legitimacy to that. Did somebody get a point deduction? What was the 1 minute of some 1 minute of some striking gets a 10-8? What the judges really 10-8'd one of those rounds? $10-8 round in round 1. Okay, that's just weird judging. Sal D'Amato gave a 10-8 in round 1. Yeah, 10-8 first for Magoya, and then rounds 2 and 3. That's so weird. Yeah, round 1. That's come on, bro. There is no way that there was any 10-8 rounds in that shit. That's Sal D'Amato. Sal D'Amato, who is a regular referee, a regular judge in this sport, 10-8'd one of those rounds. But you cannot even get good judging in Las Vegas. It is so crazy to me. Of course it's Sal. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I say that like Sal D'Amato is not one of the ones that fucks up all the time. You are correct there. We need better judging. We need a bigger variety of judges. But yeah, Imploder, congratulations. Your boy Tommy Gunn got the job done. And I would say Magoyan deserves a second look too. I would say that he should be one of those guys that gets the call up on short notice if someone drops out kind of thing. Because Magoyan was doing his work, bro. There's that 10-8 is fucking insane. There's no way that he deserved a 10-8. Like, he didn't do anything. They're both getting signed. Yeah, I don't think that they probably won't sign Magoyan tonight. It's very rare that they do double signings. It has happened before, but I mean, I would say that they're probably going to say, yeah, you know, and I talked to Sean Shelby, and if anybody drops out, we're calling Magoyan. Sal needs to have his pay docked. Sal just needs more peers. Yo. No lie. Is that Lightning McQueen on his chest? Is that Lightning McQueen? Is that one of the cars from Cars on his chest? That shit looks like straight up from the Cars movie. Joe Rogan theory, we need 9 judges. Yes, we need the council of cloaked elder judges. Just a shadowy table of judges all wearing robes. Magoyan might get a couple more wins and then just get signed. Yeah, that'd be fine too. I'm good with that too. I like Magoyan. I thought he fought good. It looks like one, but I don't recognize it. I'm telling you, I think that it's a poor Lightning McQueen. And then he's got, it really looks like the Deadmau5 logo on his chest there too. He's got Scarface, he's got Lightning McQueen, and masked off Deadmau5. Hey, Toby, what's going on, brother? Evil O'Malley got the dog in him? Yeah, he certainly does. Honestly, I really am kind of impressed with his chin because I thought he was going to be out of there in that first round. There's no lightning on the side? Good point. Good point. You are right about that. That does put a hole in my theory. Maybe it's Lightning McQueen's cousin. It's Hailstorm McQueen. It's inclement weather that took out BKFC McQueen. Copyright skirting tattoos. He got the Timu tattoos. It's straight out of the animated film Automobiles. You ever see those bargain bin DVDs? The dollar DVDs where it's the knockoff movie? That's funny. It's like a cow dead mouse. Yeah. Something like that. Got wobbled so many times. Yeah, I'm saying got wobbled a bunch of times. He was almost choked out multiple different directions. Like, yeah, most definitely, dude. Really, really impressive work for McMillan. Tough guy. I give him some credit. I will let it all slide that he has the worst tattoos in the league right now. And I'm telling, who is he got Lindsay Lohan from Grand Theft Auto on his shoulder there? I wish we got to see these guys in the UFC with a quick turnover rather than like a year. We have been seeing that more lately, though. Malcolm Wellmaker, Elijah Smith, Abdul Malik. You know, a couple of those guys have already fought. They come straight off the Contender series. There are way worse tattoos out there. Name them. The only other one that I can think of that's worse is that one dude with the Johnny Cash tattoo. That one's real bad. Jamal Hill, also an acceptable answer. But who else has tattoos? I mean, like, no, and don't get me wrong, the quality of the work was good. The quality of the work, at least on the Scarface, the race car didn't look so great. The quality of the work on the Scarface did look good. It looked like a well-done tattoo. It's the fact that he has that is what is bad about it. Yeah, there are certainly worse-looking tattoos. But to have Scarface on your chest, you got Al Pacino tattooed on your chest. I was just watching Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday recently. Maybe I'll get Coach D'Amato from Any Given Sunday tattooed on my chest. How about that? You got Henrique Chapolin. Henrique Chapolin? Okay. Cool. Like I said, man, I just want to be entertained, so hopefully he comes out here and does that. Is that this guy? What is this guy's name? Oh, no, this is Antoine Ho. Antoine Ho. Put your hands up and say, ho! This is what happens when Zoomers have money and tattoos being normalized. That is so legit facts. 10,000% facts. I mean, you know, some Zoomers can... Why does this guy... Oh, this is the guy with the fucking... With the toy hammer. Or we saw that dude on... Yeah. We saw him on Tough. This guy is coming back straight off of Tough. That's crazy. I remember the dude from Tough with the hammer, and now he's back again. How many times are you going to give Chapolin the shot here? Antoine Ho has a weak chin, low-key, expect a KO. All right, I'm with it. I mean, this guy already lost on the Contender series. Already lost on the Ultimate Fighter, and the Ultimate Fighter finale was not great. Although he's not... Is he flyweight? It's like a big flyweight if he's flyweight. Wait, what is this fight taking place at? Yeah, it is flyweight. He's a bulky flyweight. But yeah, I mean, we saw the flyweight finale and fucking, what's his name? Alibi. He fucking turned out to be a bit of a dud in the finale. Shout out to Jomo Morales over there getting back into the UFC. Although Chase makes a good point that it is a little bit ridiculous that you have a guy who was already in the UFC getting a second shot and had to go through the Ultimate Fighter to do it. Like, bro, these are supposed to be the up-and-coming young hungry fighters, and you're basically putting a ringer in the competition. Henrique gonna maul him in round 1? All right. I'll take your word for it. I want to see it. I want to see action. We already saw an action-packed first fight. This guy's got a lot to live up to right now. Everybody else on this episode has a lot to live up to. This card started out with a good level of action. Love to see it. Thank you all for being here, by the way. I appreciate each and every one of you chilling. If you are not already following, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button on the stream as well. It helps out your boy to get better relations with the algorithm. I'm trying to rekindle the flame with the algorithm. Trying to go to couples therapy with the algorithm. So make sure you are supporting the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Eduardo Chapolin. If Chapolin was on a rubberized, no, what, not rubber. What is that? Elastic, right? No, I don't know, like a canvas of some sort that had some give to it where you could bounce off of it. Would it then be Chapolin on a trampoline? It's the level of comedy you get around here, people. Somebody out there laughed. I guarantee you, somebody did. There you go. See? Antoine Ho is representing Vietnam. We've only got one other Vietnamese fighter in the league currently. Well, Yanni the Greek just took Antoine Ho, so he's definitely losing now. Never listen to Yanni, never listen to Minty Bets. All right. El Chapo, lean. Eduardo. Hey, Gary Copeland's back. Seems like a good kid though. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really, I don't listen too much to the pre-fight promo stuff, but from the little bit that I heard, he did seem like a, pretty mild-mannered individual. I can appreciate that. All right, yeah, he's definitely fast. You're talking about his speed advantage now, and you can see it already. And they are flyweights, so cardio should not be an issue. If it is, you are not cut out for flyweight. All right, they are circling. Fight is underway, if I didn't say it. Chapolin versus Ho. All right, Chapolin gets out of the way of the kick, and another one. Ho is definitely putting a lot of potential out there early. That was a nice leg kick for Chapolin. Ho is like, huh? What, you're going to kick me in the leg? Yeah, he's going to do that, bro. It's a fight. What was that, a leg kick? Yanni and Minty are industry plants, so promo code users lose immediately. Oh, Hydra, there might be some legitimacy to that. The DraftKings conspiracy intensifies. Nice high kick for Ho there. If Chapolin drops him, will it be appropriate to say pimps up, hoes down? Sorry. Oh, there you go. That was a nice one, bro. Sorry, I made myself laugh with that one. All right. Another nice body kick for Ho. Another low kick for Chapolin. A Chapolin. Oh, goes for the jump knee. Swinging it. Wild range. Get close, guys. Somebody's got to actually engage here. These guys have been doing the Watusi out here. They're dancing. They both can KO, but they both can KO. They both just want to make it past the first. Gotcha. I mean, they're getting like single shots off, but you can tell that both of them is a little bit hesitant to actually just engage. There's a nice connection for, well, he didn't actually connect, but he at least closed the distance, Chapolin. But now Ho trying to get him off the ground. Ho is lifting. The round one finisher suddenly don't want to bang. It's the Contender Series, bro. You gotta fight a little bit strategically, perhaps. Because everybody's out there trying to put on the biggest show of their lives. Ho gets the takedown here. He's on the ground now. Chapolin making his way back to his feet. Nice job of doing that. Oh, nice knee. Well-timed knee for Ho. That was good. That was nice work. Something got through on Ho, though. His eye's all red now. He's got some blood coming out around the eye. Ho keeps calling him on. That was a very poor time to throw a spinning elbow. Ooh. All right, Chapolin. Now he's starting to lay some hands on. Chapolin with that distance closed now. Finally feels that he's felt what Ho's given him. Ooh, that looked like an illegal knee. Yeah, that looked like an illegal knee. Ooh. Yeah, Gary Copeland did not catch that illegal knee. Nice trip for Chapolin. And I don't know if that knee did it, but Chapolin's starting to lay on. Yeah, they're showing the replay here. Did he actually throw the knee? Oh, yeah, way illegal knee. Yeah, way illegal. Oh, man, that was a bad illegal knee. Yo, Chapolin with the illegal knee, and he got away with it. Controversy. Stand him up. Come on, bro. You can't stand him up. That was an illegal knee for real, dude. Gary Copeland not doing his job. All right. Chapolin in position to throw another illegal knee. Doesn't do it, though. He got away with a sneaky one. But, yo, Antoine Ho back to his feet again. All right, that's the end of round one, man. That sucks, man. That is not cool that Chapolin got away with that very illegal knee. If you see it, yeah, the angle that they're showing it from now, that is a blatant foul. That is a blatant foul for real. And Gary Copeland was right on fucking top of it. Yeah, that's fucking Senko was saying the same thing. Gary Copeland was right on top of that shit. Yeah, that's bad, dude. Gary Copeland needs to get dinged for that one, bro. Yo, Gary Copeland negative points on that one. Oh, yeah, now you're saying it. Now you're saying it, Gary Copeland. Now you say that it's an illegal knee. That between rounds, the between round replay, they finally showed it to him. Sorry, I just had to tweet something about that. Because, I mean, that was bad news right there. My bad, guys. All right, round two is underway. Can he take the point? Yeah, of course he can take the point still if he wanted to, but he didn't do it. Gary wondering if he left something in the oven. Yo, legit. Still got Copeland, but I took the first round. You took the first round? Yes, downshift. Round goes to you. After he saw the replay, he still just gave a warning. That's what it looked like to me. If he was going to take the point, he would have had to go into the center and take the point. That was a blatant foul. That should have been a point deduction. The moment my bet drops, I just want to watch the next. There you go. That's that's spoken like a true gambler. It was a headbutt that sat him down for the knee. So it was a headbutt and a knee? Good Lord. Chapolin getting away with all kinds of bullshit. Yeah, he gave a verbal warning to the fighter, but no point deduction. Dude, this is ridiculous. Yeah, no point deduction is criminal. Yeah, Antoine Ho needs some justice. Justice for Ho. Ooh, that was a good shot. Elbow shot for Ho. I don't think Chapolin is intentionally dirty. I don't think so either, but it doesn't matter. I mean, a foul is a foul. I don't think he meant to do it, but still, if you had a head clash and a knee, you just get away with it. Like, bro, you gotta. There has to be some justice there. Ooh, uh-oh. Chapolin with a little side choke here. And now Ho is on top. Ho's on top. Never how you want it to be. Speaking of dirty fighters, Pitbull fighting on Saturday. Pitbull a dirty fighter? I didn't know enough about Pitbull back in Bellator to know that if he's dirty or not. Is that true? Does he have a history of dirtball maneuvers? Only sport where the intention of the foul matters. Brother, MMA is one of the most subjective, if not the most subjective sports on the planet. It's one of the reasons why it's so interesting to me. I talked about that. I talked about that in an old video. Old video I made about Chris Tione and a call at not at the Spheres Noche, but the Noche before that. Chapolin on top now. He gets constant timeouts for that? For faking eye pokes and groin shots? Okay. I'll keep an eye out for that. A little gamesmanship, they call that. I don't like it. Also, Pitbull has sucked in the UFC, so nothing, yet another reason not to like him, I guess. Really not doing himself any favors. All right. Oh, looking like going for the ninja choke. No. All right. Ho back to his feet. You still have him over Kaita? Really? Really? That is interesting. Kaita, who's the two-time KSW champion, two-time two-division? Mr. KSW, I have heard him called? Or maybe I made it up in my own head? Interesting. All right, Chapolin. Trying to get the back. He's been doing a lot of good control here. This is not the type of fighting that Dana likes to see on the Contender series, though. Oof, there you go. Nice couple of shots to the side of the head for Chapolin. All right. Another takedown for Chapolin. He Chapolin. Shout out to Dana Carvey. There you go. Another old school reference for you. Oh, nice elbow for Chapolin there. That was clean. Great elbow on the ground. See if that ends up cutting Ho open. You have Pitbull by decision. Kaita isn't a real fighter watching his tape? Really? He'll wobble someone and then let him live because all he wants is one-shot KOs? That really rubs me the wrong way. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that inside info there, Downshift. I have not watched tape on him. We were talking about him on the podcast last night. I appreciate that you do this level of research. Hopefully you're making money off of your bets if you're doing that level of research. You're doing all right? All right, love to hear it. If you see E Money J in the chat, you and him can chat about your picks, because E Money J is also a high roller. Oh, and DC is there. DC is there to cheer on Chapolin. I appreciate that. I appreciate that DC sticks with his Ultimate Fighter guys. Sometimes you take seriously wrong picks, brother. That's the name of the game, bro. That's just how it goes. That's why when we do the podcast, I'm never like, I'll make my predictions and I'll give my justifications, but like if I'm wrong, it's like, dude, it's the sport. Like, you can only predict so much, and then there are factors that no matter how much tape you watch, you can never anticipate. Also, in this sport, it's one of those unique sports because it's a single person sport. You don't have an entire team propping up the win or the loss. Everything rides on one person. If the guy has a stomach ache before the fight, can change the entire course of everything. If only DC wasn't on commentary, he'd be perfect. What, you don't like to hear DC's wild, ridiculous, off-topic stories? I love DC. I'm okay with it. I like DC on commentary. I guess I'm in the minority with that, but I find him funny. It's the uncle at the barbecue telling you funny stories. Sometimes you don't need to hear them, but they're still entertaining enough. Pitbull's chin is good enough to make the distance? Okay. You don't think Kaida by decision? Excuse me. Went food shopping today, so your boy was actually eating for once. All right, Chapolin is on top again, and as I had said, this is not how you get a contract, so I don't know if this is going to be good enough to win him the contract, even if he wins the fight. And of course, Antoine Ho is falling far behind in this one now. Yeah, Chapolin just really keeping control. DC is probably loving all this control. Someone was saying that DC is a better commentator than Bisping. Nah, no, I wouldn't agree with that. I actually think Bisping is one of the better commentators now. He's funny, he's entertaining, and he actually knows what he's talking about for the most part. I'm learning that when two competent strikers fight each other, it goes to the ground. Ain't that the way of it? It annoys me more when he's begging a kickboxer to single leg because single leg is always the answer. I mean, you can't really fault DC for wanting people to go for more single legs regardless of their fight style, though, because a lot of times if guys are getting pieced up, that's the right thing to do. And now Ho is on top. Ho on top. Yep. Ho is on top, but in the triangle now. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, tried to go for the slam, but Chapolin wise to it and turned his body. That was a good move by Chapolin. We know what happens when you go for the triangle and it doesn't work out for you. Get the Malcolm Wellmaker special. Oh, no, that was Elijah Smith. Excuse me. The Elijah Smith special. If Kaida wins, it's going to be by TKO? Okay. They need to stand up? No shit, they need to stand up. This is not how you do it on the Contender Series. I mean, it'll win you the fight. I would think Chapolin is going to win this fight pretty handily, but I would be curious if he's going to get a contract off of this. At this point, I hope Ho gets it. Yeah, based on everything that Ho's been through in this fight, I kind of want him to win too. I mean, Jesus Christ, the guy like worked through heavy adversity and an illegal knee to the fucking face. If you've never heard of a steel cup or a calf kick, Rogan is all right. Once you know what a full guard is, he isn't helpful anymore. Oh, man. Hey, Joe Rogan is a legend, people. Don't get it twisted. Because I understand all the memes, and trust me, I do get it. I do get it, but you cannot say that Joe Rogan is not one of the most important people in mixed martial arts history. That I firmly believe. That being said, the memes are justified, so go ahead and make the jokes. You're fine. But Joe Rogan is a legend, though, legit. It's the same thing that I was saying about Big John McCarthy. I was saying that, like, you know, Big John has his podcast, and that's all well and good. I don't personally think that it's not something that I would listen to. I don't really care to hear Big John like speaking at length, but Big John McCarthy is a legitimate legend of this sport. Big John McCarthy is one of the most important people in all of MMA history, in my opinion. Mr. Unified Rules himself. Why do they never smell blood in the water? Like, do more cardio? Yeah, I mean, they just want to get the win. They don't understand. It's weird. You'd think by season 9 people would get how you're supposed to fight on the Contender series, but they just want to coast sometimes. It's annoying. Ho hit him clean on the chin? Nah, not hard enough. Joe is a legend. Unfortunately, I've only seen a true live reaction from Joe in clips. Unfortunately, I've only seen a true live reaction from Joe in clips. I mean, he's still on commentary every once in a while. All right. 30-27. I think we know how that's going. All right. Chapolin gets the UD. Even though he got a motherfucking legal knee. Really pisses me off. That really steams my buns, people. When a fighter gets hit and is staring at the ceiling, you need to throw everything at him after that. I agree. I mean, if you have a dominant position, you need to be doing everything to finish. Every action that you take in a fight should be in service of finding the finish. That is how you should be conducting yourself as a mixed martial artist. Now, every 30 combined significant strike decision, he's grabbing an Anik in DC with his eyes bulging. Yeah, true. I get what you're saying there. Oh! But if he didn't do that, Hydra, how would I have a clip for when people subscribe to the channel? If it wasn't for him doing that, I would not have a great GIF for when people follow on Twitter. Or on Twitch, I mean. Excuse me. Twitch. Sequences in fighting are more important than improvisation, if that makes sense. I mean, they both have their places. They both have their places depending on the situation. You have to be willing to, or you have to be equipped to be to make the adjustments in real time. You have to be equipped to shift your game plan depending on what you're getting back from your opponent. But I do understand what you're saying I mean, you should have a game plan set in place, and sequences are what make that effective. So yeah, I do. I know. I get what you're saying. Yamacat, what are you doing, bub? People stop halfway through a finishing sequence. It's just like Street Fighter. They don't know the code, bro. They don't know the combination for the fatality. They're not Mortal Kombat players. DC just poured water on this man mid-interview. I really, 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 really do not like the toy hammer. I'm just going to be flat out, just, 100% transparency here. I think that the toy hammer, I do not like it. I understand why he has it. I think that he's like a superhero character in his community or something, which is great, and that's fine. But I am not a fan of the toy mallet. Just putting that out there. Carrying a toy hammer is only cool if you knock out guys. See, there you go. That's why it's okay that Tom Aspinall had his little rubber ducky. Bub, get down, please. Can't wait to watch Hoofy on Saturday. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting fight. I got guilted into supporting Hoofy in that fight, even though I think that Benoit could take it if he fights smart. I feel like Benoit Saint Denis has kind of screwed himself over with dumb decision-making and low IQ in there. Benoit Saint Denis, to me, is a very, very tough, not very high fight IQ fighter. I still stand by that he should have won the fight against Poirier. I felt like that was his fight to win, and he let that slip. Granted, he did have staff. Hoofy satisfies your McGregor itch. Yeah, well, see, so downshift, we were talking about that aspect of it on the podcast, and I was like, I mean, the McGregor element of Hoofy is exactly why there should be fighters that are able to figure him out. The McGregor element of Hoofy is exactly why he should be a solvable puzzle to his opponents. So, I mean, I'm just waiting for the guy who's going to actually do that. Bro, Jesus, get the fuck down. Cat's turning on the other comp. All right, Maldonado versus Samuel Silva. Maldonado versus Samuel Silva. Cool names. Hopefully we see a finish. BSD is not the guy to take a historical lesson and apply it to his next fight. That is so goddamn 10,000% facts, Hydra. That is legitimate facts. And that is sad. And I was really getting on his case on that one on the podcast because I was like, man, it's like, you've got a skill set that's effective. You just don't harness it correctly. And it bothers me. Silva by knockout? Didn't you say there was going to be a finish in the last fight? Did they say that the Contender Series is at Allegiant Stadium right now? We'll see. Hey, look, man, I want to see. This is why I watch the Contender Series. I am the hugest fan of the Contender Series. Show me the knockout. Stop vaping, Beeb, never. Although I have cut back off stream. When I'm on stream, I'm loose. I like to enjoy myself, let my hair down, what little hair I've got left. I like to let it down, I like to let it go, and I like to enjoy my vaping. Let me have this. You cannot take this away from me, goddammit. So much has been taken already. He's still got that regional scene. I won, so I won't change. I lost, have to double down. Kind of like a guy who just started training recently. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I could see that. I see what you're saying there. I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's just, bro, like it hurts when you see somebody who has raw talent, but then just doesn't like polish it up into a package that actually like is effective in an elite sense. That Renato Moicano fight really changed a lot of my opinion for when it came to him, because like he got so worked in that fight. And then Renato went out and got fucking manhandled in the next 2 fights. You feel me? Moicano did not care about money after that loss to the champ. Silva kind of tall for the weight class. What weight is this taking place at? This is at lightweight. He is 6 foot lightweight. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah, cool. Well, let's see if he can actually harness that. He could be like Jose Johnson and just be tall for nothing. I have a feeling most of the French fighters are going to lose on Saturday. I mean, what we've said in the past about French fighters is that France is still an emerging market when it comes to mixed martial arts. The sport was only legalized in the country a number of years ago, a handful of years ago. So they're still playing catch up in France. I would suspect that there are going to be some more standout French fighters as the years go on, but right now it's still in its formative era. So if that's the case, I think that William Gomez might win. I think William Gomez has impressed me decently. Sucks that Fares Zayam is not on the card anymore. He's another French fighter that can get a win. Poland's been putting in the work? Hell yeah, dude. Polish power is legit. Polska, baby. It's my heritage. At least a small part of it, anyway. Certainly identify more with my Polish heritage than I do with my Russian heritage. This dude looks like Rafi. He looks like Rafi from the league. He looks like Jason Mantzoukas. If you know who I'm talking about, that is a very legit comparison. Hold on, I can show you. Yep, he looks just like him. That dude looks just like Jason Mantzoukas. That's funny. That's funny shit. He looks like the international students in your class. You had Ruchala over Gomez, but you're the only one? I mean, look, man, it could be the Galaxy Brain move. Stick with your guns. Interesting matchup? Yeah, that should be a good one. Oh, you mean this one? These guys are both sniper-style fighters. Okay. Well, I want to see it. Someone recently told me that there's going to be a knockout in this fight, so that's what I'm hoping for. Jason Mantzoukas about to get knocked the fuck out. Oh, he doesn't have his hair anymore. He don't have his hair, but he grew out the porn stash. Oh, and a little mullet? This dude's got fuckboy hair going on right now. Bro went to the Zoomer school of male grooming over here. Oh, I hate that mullet. Mustache is okay. I'll let the mustache slide, but that mullet is not the way, brother. That is not the way. Mandel Nalo. Of course, he's Canadian. There you go, Hydra. Come on, this is your boy. Oh, Canada, my home and native land. Fighters are always having the same... Wait, excuse me. Fighters are always saving the haircut for fight night. Tim Elliott sure proved that, didn't he? Now he looks even more like the international students, for real, bro. He looks like the Indian dude that's trying to be cool. You know, he looks like the Indian dude with the open shirt. You know, like some dude who would be like posing. He looks like he should be like doing Bollywood. looking like bums. Nah, never that. Sometimes that. I'm not one to talk, you know. He's got a Polynesian haircut. That is kind of true. That is kind of true. The Polys do rock that. Well, I'm rooting for Canada, God damn it, because my boy Hydra's in the chat. That's all that I got to say about that. Bars. Yeah, 6 foot lightweights. There you go. Kind of crazy. How the fuck they make that weight? Ooh, nice low kick, but 2 for Silva. Neither land. Nice front kick for Nalo. Nice leg kick for Nalo. All fake designer, socks plus slides, Dior Sauvage, and no shower. Damn, you got the starter pack down for real. Yeah, Silva with a couple up top. All right, let's see the sniping here. Yeah, that was a nice kick that landed for Nalo. Nalo. Oh, Silva slipped on a banana peel real quick. Nice leg kick. Silva has a really wide stance. Leg kicks are going to start adding up. Ooh, another front kick, and that landed flush too. You heard that one. Damn, Nalo with these front kicks, dude. Pulling an old school Anderson Silva over here. On Silva. Cut on the side of Silva's face from that earlier kick, I believe. Yeah, Nalo keeps going with these kicks. I'm liking that Nalo is using his kicks effectively, considering that he is long and his opponent is also long. So use the range. You know, you don't want to get too close. You don't want to get within a reasonable striking distance for long arms like Silva has. So throw the kicks. Oof. Uh-oh. Little wobble there for Nalo, but looks like he just stumbled. Throw some jabs. I mean, jabs are kind of dangerous when the fighters are this tall. When the fighters have this long reach, both of them have long arms. Throwing that jab, you're going to have to throw it at range. Leave yourself open for counters. This week's fights are good. Yeah, I mean, the last fight was okay, but the first fight was really good. Another nice low kick. I like that Nalo keeps going to those low kicks. Nalo's looking pretty good, all things considered, right now. I mean, you can tell that Silva wants to land the shot, but Nalo is doing the right thing here. Staying at range. Another kick lands for him. He's just smacking kicks off the side of Silva's head. Is Nalo any relation to Malo from Super Mario RPG? These are the questions I have. Super Mario RPG, great game for the Super Nintendo. Ooh, there you go. One up the middle for Silva lands. Shovel shot. Ooh. Oh, Nalo dropped him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nalo. Nalo. Let's go. Oh, Canada. Our home and native land. True patriot love in all our sons' command. Nalo! Porn stash does it! Racism solved! I put on for my province. Let's go, Nalo! The mullet slides. Let the mullet slide. There you go. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north brave and free. I'm genuinely disappointed that James knows that. Brother, I am a hockey fan. I have to know that. I didn't know Nalo was going to come in with the porn stash. It's OP. That's right. The porn stash did it. I'm telling you, the porn stash and mullet combo might be the new hotness. New mythical fighter unlocked. Porn stash mullet combo Nalo. That was a crazy drop too. Like the shot that dropped him didn't even look like it was that hard of a shot. It just was a well-placed shot. And you know how that goes. You put that shot in the right spot, shit gets hot real quick. Good shit. Protest Porn Stash got a KO too. Yo, is Porn Stash the best base for mixed martial arts? I think we're making a case over here. Porn stash plus smoking must add crazy power. Shit, bro. It's unfortunate mixed martial arts wasn't around in the 70s. We'd have a bunch of killers. Shout out to Justin Bernard. One of my favorite announcers in the game, by the way. You hate to see it? No, you hate to see it, brother. I love to see it. You weren't wrong, though. There was a knockout. No, man, I'm on the real, though. I'm happy. I mean, I like seeing Canadian fighters do it. Plus, that dude's Instagram handle is rat garbage. I like Nalo. Nalo's cool. Nalo might be goated, bro. His Insta handle is rat garbage. That is a great handle. Yeah, Nalo. Canada, Schmanada. Hydra, you going to take that? You're Canadian. I guess you are. Hey, buddy. I don't like your tone there. You know, it's all well and good to make jokes, but you don't have to take it to that level there, pal. Everybody's having fun. You don't need to make it that way. That's not what the chat is about. I do a good Canadian. Come on, you got to admit that. You got to admit that. My Canadian accent's pretty good. All that King of the Dot that I used to watch back in the day. Shout out to King of the Dot. Maybe he's a cool Zoomer. I can get behind him. How old is he? How old is Nalo? Nalo is 36. He ain't no Zoomer. Motherfucker's my age. He is an unk rocking that style. Totally uncouth downshift. Oh, totally uncouth downshift. Hey, downshift, that's totally uncouth, brother. Why would you say something like that? I swear I don't sound like that, but every American says otherwise. He sounds like that. Told him about your leg kicks? But chopped him the first time? Oh, yeah. Dude, this Nalo guy is cool, bro. I like Nalo. Nalo's that dude. Yo. Nalo. I got to shout Nalo out on the podcast, man. Nalo's cool. He says he's not a prospect. He's a finished product. They said that he has like 15 pro fights. I mean, the dude's been around, I guess. Oot and a boot. From moose to who? From moose, I'm a moose. He doesn't even have an accent. I mean, not to you. Nah, Nalo's that guy, bro. I hope he gets the contract. He's getting the contract. Come on, let's go. If you give me this job. Hey, look at all those happy Canadians. Look, he's got a boy. His boy's got a fro like I usually have. Yeah, dude. Look at all that. That's a happy Canadian group there. Look at all those mild-mannered people. He's a little old. He's going to have to be active. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, coming in at 36 is kind of wild work. But either way, I mean, he might not be champion level maybe, or might not be going for the belt. But, there's a place. If he can go out there and finish, whatever. Entertain me with your fights, and that's all I care about. And he's a cool guy on top of that. He seems like it anyway. Got a wife and baby back home. Nothing wrong with that. Look, hey, that's our word, Hydra. He said he's ready to fight in Paris, so at least says he wants to be active. There you go. Yeah. And I mean, with the way that things have been working, like a lot of these guys asking for short turnaround fights have been getting them. So maybe we see him sooner than later. Probably not in Paris, but, maybe we see him sooner than later. Shout out to Nalo. Now we're going to see if the other Olashaychuk has what it takes. Neil Magny, the Grim Reaper. Every time I remember Neil Magny exists. I mean, Neil Magny is that dude, though. I don't appreciate all of the hatred that Neil Magny gets in this sport. Neil Magny is a fucking G. Yeah, Nalo is cool. CM Punk debuted in the UFC at 37. Masterful run. Absolute facts. One of the most legendary runs in the sport. I'll never forget Mike Jackson bolo punching him. I've always said that, like, what I would really like the most, if I had my way, if I ever had like a Yama studio, it would just be a big mural of CM Punk in the background. Unk doesn't know the bouncing and shaking crackers clip. Nah, I don't. Post it in the Discord. From one of those fake how it's made video for Cheez-Its? I have no idea what you're talking about. So yeah, definitely wise me up. Neil Magny, the scariest fraud checker around. That is legit facts. Neil Magny is a legend of this sport, and I don't appreciate all these motherfuckers putting disrespect on his name. He has been around forever. He has been the underdog in all of his fights pretty much, and he has won a lot of those fights. Not all of them. He's lost a lot of them. Lost to some pretty good talent, but he can definitely check a fraud. He can zap out all of your gas in one shake off of the back, a la Mike Malott, another Canadian. I will never forget Mike Malott winning 2.5 rounds, taking Neil Magny's back, and then instantly losing all of the gas in his body. It was like the off switch got flipped. Magny made all of Canada racist against Malott. I mean, I don't know if you can necessarily, well, I mean, maybe not racist is the right term, but oh, you mean, I see what you mean. Well, there's no racism in Canada. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Was actually very upsetting seeing some of the shit said on Canadian Insta and Twitter on the real. Yeah, I mean, that I do believe. That I do believe. I mean, I remember back in the day, there's a hockey player named Wayne Simmons who was playing for the Philadelphia Flyers at the time, and he pulled off like a game-winning goal in the playoffs. I think it was in the playoffs, and he got a lot of very, very nasty racism, and a lot of it came from Canada. So, yeah, on the real, that's disgusting shit, and I do not condone that in any form or fashion. Haig is 6-0, all subs. All right. Well, let's see if he can go in there and pull it off, or if he's going to get brutally knocked out. Of course, Olashaychuk has mid-level genes, at the very least. Love Wayne Simmons. Yeah, me too. Canada was really bad. To PK Subban also. Yeah. Yeah. That I believe. I do believe that. That's why when I heard that PK Subban was going to Nashville towards the end of his career, I was like, hey, Nashville, huh? Interesting choice. But to his credit, he did go down there with a cowboy hat on and tried to work his way right into the community. So shout out to PK. Was never really too big of a fan of that guy, but still respect him. He's getting brutally knocked out. All right. Well, we'll see it. This guy said he had 100 amateur fights, sometimes 8 fights a day. Olashechek just said that. He went to the Hulk Hogan School of Embellishment. R.I.P. to the legend. Florida legend, by the way. PK and Price were like my favorite players as a kid. Yeah, but they were on the Canadiens, so can't root for them. I love Canada, hate the Canadiens. Canadiens, Bruins, my 2 least favorite teams. What is that tattoo on Olashechuk's arm? We were talking about bad tattoos before. Good Lord, he's got like some abstract art on his arm there of a woman's face, and that is grotesque. It's like a zombie or something. What the fuck is going on with that? The raven on the chest I can get behind. That's pretty cool. He's got like an eagle or a vulture or something on his chest. That's kind of dope. But whatever the fuck that thing on his arm is, that is really weird looking. Yeah, it's like a zombie girl. Bro, what is up with these weird tattoos going on today? Looks like what my Cyberpunk character has. Yo, legit. Yeah, I could definitely see that walking around in Cyberpunk. Run the Jewels playing in the background. All right. Off comes the sweater. Off comes the shirt. I mean, if Olashechuk was fighting 8 fights a day, he must be pretty okay, right? Right, guys? 100 amateur fights? Dude got CTE before he took a pro fight. As the UFC matured, the taller each weight class gets. Yeah, it's true. I mean, guys are able to make the weight, you know, they're better at cutting, they're more disciplined in the gym. Yeah, that's just another evolution of the sport for sure. Shh. All right, Theo Haig, Cesare, Olashechuk. Cesare, also my favorite board game. That's how I say it because I have a stutter, you know? Yanni bet on Haig, so we're about to see a vicious KO. All right. That could be facts. Nice jab off the rip from Cesare. Fight is underway. Ooh, another nice one for Cesare. Olashechuk. Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah, yo, you ain't kidding. Knockdown for Olashechuk early. Off of jabs. Bro, Olashechuk split the guard 5 times. And Olashechuk is hammering the fuck out of this dude. Holy shit. Wow. All right. I guess that's one way. Oh, time? What are you talking about? Time? Those were illegal shots. What are you talking about? Gary Copeland, what are you doing? Bro. Gary Copeland, what are you doing? I thought that was a KO. No, it was yeah, no knockout. Yeah. Show me these legal shots. Those are all, every one of those shots is legal. He is hitting him on the ear. These are all legal shots. What? Herzog said they were illegal? What the fuck is going on here? So now Herzog just ended the fight. So that was a knockout. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills right now, people. What the fuck is going on here? So essentially what happened, for those of you viewing at home, Oleksiejczuk is hammering on the side of this dude's head here, of Haig's head, and Copeland thought that the shots were illegal. He stops the action, and then they just decided that they were legal shots and also that Haig was knocked out. What the fuck is going on here? He let go of the takedown, didn't stop it, then he re-grabs it and stops it. I mean, dude, I don't even know what to say about that shit. It was a finish, but it's going to feel like getting robbed. Yeah. Yeah, Haig should be pissed. He wasn't out. He was not out. He was wobbled. He didn't look good. He definitely looked like he was affected. Yeah, there was a lot of heavy hammer fists going, but he didn't knock him out. Controversy. I think those are illegal, but not the headbutt to illegal knee wombo combo. Yeah. Oh, he thinks they're, yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, Gary Copeland is the story of this event right now with all of this bullshit. Yeah, those are completely legal shots. Maybe one of them slipped. I saw one shot that looked like it might have slipped in the back. All of the rest of those are completely legal. It looks like he's hammering him on his ear. No, bullshit. DC is trying to say that it, like, when his head started to dip, that they became illegal shots. I am not buying that for a second. Those were all legal shots. A lot of unanswered shots. Now that's a better point. But if you're going to stop the action because of if you're going to stop action because you're questioning whether or not the shots are legal, does it then not behoove you to restart action? You don't just call it off at that. That was so fucking ridiculous. Yeah, and now who knows? Does Cesare Oleksiejczuk get a contract off of that? I mean, he did get a finish, technically. It throws the whole fucking thing into a tailspin. Oh, we're going to have a lot more to talk about this week on the show than last week. Oh, God. For those of you who are not aware, there's a podcast on this channel called Last Week's Fights. Myself and my friend Chase Parton break down each and every fight from the previous week. We just did our predictions for the Paris card coming up last week, yesterday, or earlier this week, I guess. And we will be breaking down this card and the Paris card on the next episode. That is Monday nights at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He said he saw him go unconscious on the replay. I think he's talking about when he let go of the takedown. Bro, give me a fucking break. Even if he did, you were calling off the action because of a question about illegal strikes. You were not calling off the action because you were stopping the fight. He did kind of look like he did go limp, though. You do see his hand drop. Hard to see it with Gary Copeland's fat back in the way, but yeah. I mean, you are correct that those were a lot of unanswered shots. So if he had just stopped the fight, if it had just been, that's why when I initially popped for it, I was like, "Oh, knockout." Yeah, it was a lot of unanswered shots. It would have been fine if it was just a knockout. But if you're going to stop action to question whether or not he was, that the shots were legal or not, that's the question at hand. You've shifted the dynamics at that point, in my opinion. Again, MMA is as subjective as they get, and the officiating is so inconsistent in this sport. It's like a big make-em-up every fucking week, I swear to God. You see him hesitate at that moment before jumping in. I mean, bro, like, he's literally standing on top of an illegal knee plus headbutt, based on what you're saying. I'll have to go back and look and see about the headbutt part of it, but definitely an illegal knee. He's looking right at that, doesn't call that, stops the fight to question whether or not the shots were legal, even though they were all essentially illegal shots. I think that there was one that I counted that looked like it might have been illegal. Maybe. I think he made up the back of the head thing after realizing he wasn't out. That could be too. That could be too. Yeah, if he just called it a TKO, it would have been fine. And then Haig would have had an even bigger, an even better case. I wasn't out, you know? They thought I was out. I could understand why it looked like I was out, but I wasn't really out, so I'm going to come back. I'll be better next time, blah, 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 blah. Ay, good Lord, people. Olashaychuk low-key got mafia tattoos? Is that legit? Which ones? Oh, yeah, JPL. Here's the guy. Here's the man with the million-syllable last name. Lebosnoyani. What region of the world is that from, Lebosnoyani? Is that Greek, I want to say? Sounds Greek to me. It's all Greek to me. I'm still pissed off about what the fuck we just saw. That's ridiculous, man. John Paul hit the arm and meme kick? Uh-oh. That star tattoo is Russian mafia? Interesting. All right. I'll have to do a little research on that. More fighters, no memes. My Zoomer brain is buzzing. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, memes in this sport are one of the great things about it. DC just hopping on commentary. It's a big make-em-up at the Apex. It's a make-em-up with the officiating. It's a make-em-up with the commentary. Why does DC just get to jump in here in a t-shirt and do his power rankings? Yeah, Nalo at number 1. That's right, baby. Nalo! Big size difference in this fight. JPL is sub guys, Congdon size though. Okay. I mean, if he's got good sub game, then, that's the equalizer. Oh, the star on the shoulder is Russian mafia, you're thinking. Let me consult the internet real quick. Oh. In Russian criminal culture, the star tattoo signifies status, often indicating a high-ranking member of a criminal organization, a thief-in-law, vor v zakoni, or someone who holds a code of non-cooperation with authorities. Interesting. Yeah, you're not lying. I am seeing that now. Wow. Yeah, Poland is not Russian. That is correct, but they could be intertwined, perhaps. They are similar in region, perhaps. There's a little bit of crossover going on there, maybe. Maybe. Nalo over Olashaychuk. I mean, it's hard. The Olashaychuk end kind of throws everything into a tailspin. I'm kind of I would put McMillan higher on that power ranking. Honestly, I would have put McMillan at 3. I would have put Chapolin down towards the bottom. Russian stars are supposed to be status a lot now. Just get them like Americans with spider webs, though. Okay, fair enough. They just get them because it looks cool. Well, where I come from, you do not get gang tattoos if you are not part of that gang, because that can be big, big trouble. You are getting yourself into a world of trouble if you got tattoos that represent something that you are not a part of. The Olashaychuk brothers got you excited? Really? I mean, Mikhail Olashaychuk has always been kind of a middle talent to me. But he has improved since fighting with the Fighting Nerds, training with them, that is. Congdon's got a cool voice.
I grew up watching Chuck Liddell. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna beat this guy's ass.
Bro sounds like he could be related to Patrick Starr. Olashaychuk looks like he has a cover-up tattoo. Wonder what was underneath it. Uh-oh. I mean, these are some interesting speculations you're making there, Downshift. This is the exact type of thing that I cover on my channel. So if you find anything legit out about any of that, let me know, because could be a video incoming. His anti-wrestling. Congdon has anti-wrestling, he says. All right, this guy's winning. JPL has wrestling and grappling. Well, he's got anti-wrestling, so sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Jean-Paul. Lesboyaniani. All right. Lebosniani's dad was a BJJ guy. He's been training since he was 5. Should have been over there at the CJI, but instead he is on the Contender series. You've got a gun. Amateur, I bought my anti-gun. Exactly. There you go, Hydra. I see your gun and raise you my anti-gun. A legacy versus a regional guy. Okay, hey, look. I mean, both can be deadly, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is mixed martial arts, man. We've seen... Bro, we saw Marcus Buchecha come in and get stomped by Martin Budai. Marcus Buchecha, who has one of the greatest BJJ pedigrees of all time. I looked at... You want to talk about doing research? I did some research on Marcus Buchecha. That dude has won every major competition in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is one of the most accomplished BJJ practitioners on the planet. It did not translate to MMA. MMA is a completely different beast. We're going to have to see if JPL is that kind of beast. They're chanting JP. Another guy with a little Walt Disney mustache. Well trimmed, no mullet. He's only got half of the power that Nalo possesses. Round 1, triangle choke. All right. Very rare that you see triangles pulled off in high-level MMA anymore, but again, Contender Series is exactly where something like that could happen. Just pray that Gary Copeland is not reffing this match. Oh, they've got cutouts of JP's head in the crowd. His whole family is there. 16 tallies on his rib. Is that Congdon? Size difference is crazy. Could be. I mean, or it could, we're going to have to see if it ends up being the equalizer. Is that Morono? If that's Morono, he's looking skinny. I think it's just a guy that looks like Morono. Oh, that is Alex Morono, isn't it? Hey, Morono looks like he lost some weight. Oh, no, it isn't. Is it? No. That's just a guy that looks a lot like Alex Morono. Oh, Joe Lozon. That's who. Jesus Christ. I was like, wait a second. I'm like, come on. That dude looks way too familiar. Going to be a lot of kickboxing from Condon. Okay, cool. Blue shorts. Don't remember the name. God, I keep saying Lesbos. Lebosnayani. JPL, you can call him. Can only see it when he lifts his arms. It's small. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, the tallies you were talking about. All right, maybe that's the number of wins he has. What's his record currently? 8-2. Okay, it's not the number of wins he has. Maybe he's counting amateur fights. I don't know. Keeping range with front and side kicks for Congdon. Okay. All right, well, let's see it all play out here now. Fight's underway. Lebosnayani. All right, so far, what you were saying is looking accurate. Okay, nice little... Oh, nice kick from JPL. Because, yeah, what I was saying earlier is that Congdon did start with some kicks, so... Can't be throwing kicks too close range, though. You're not doing yourself any favors landing thigh strikes, basically. Ooh, overhand lands for John Paul. Jab got through for Congdon. Lesbo 4 strip. I've been doing it all day. I've been doing it ever since I saw his name. Ooh, nice head. Oh, Congdon down. No, it is over. Let's go. JPL with the kick into the punch dropper. Bro. Yo, John Paul got the crowd going wild right now. Yo, that was nice work, my man. Kicked him in the head, followed up with a banger down the middle. Lebosnayani. No more Freudian slips for me. You're never betting round and method ever again. Downshift, that is probably very smart. Don't do it. Don't do it. First round TKO instead of stub. Ah, that does suck, my man. That does suck. Yeah, you can't go two. Yeah, he was way wobbled, and then, yeah, he just rocks him with the right hand. Bomb. Head kick has him on skates for real, and then bam! He went flying forward with that right hand, bro. That was crazy work. Recognized it, and then boom! Oh, it was ultra necessary. It was definitely necessary, Lorisenko. Yeah! Got the pop out of the boss, man. Got the pop out of the boss. But if you're right, the odds are so good. Yeah, but I mean, it's a big if. It's a very big if. And yeah, Congdon's still down for the count. Yeah, I mean, I guess, all of that BJJ didn't really matter too much, did it? I guess John Paul is about that life. Love to see it. I mean, another quick one. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more actual fighting. This seems to be a theme for this Contender series, but I am not mad at it because that was a beautiful, beautiful finish. John motherfucking Dong, how are you, sir? Good to see you, brother. Coming in right at the tail end of the Contender series for the week. Just saw a very nice finish for Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. LFA versus some random regional guy. I mean, there you go, making a good case for LFA right there. The fighting org matters so much. I'll say 60-40 on that. That felt short. I mean, yeah, it always does when you get those crazy knockouts, but like that was a really good one. That was an entertaining one. Because he kept going with those high kicks, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to be doing much with those high kicks, but man, he made it work. Hey, Savage coming in towards the end of the Contender series as well. Just got done gaming with my daughter. Seems like I missed a good fight. How you doing? Fight's going good? Yeah, brother, fights were really good today. I mean, when the referee, Gary Copeland, wasn't fucking up dramatically, this is actually a very entertaining and interesting episode of the Contender series for that reason. Fights were pretty good overall. I would suspect 4, if not 5 of these guys are going to get contracts. I would think that Chapolin maybe is the one that's not going to get a contract if it was up to me, but I could see it going either way. And the fights that we did get that were actual like full-on fights were pretty good. And then a couple good knockouts. So yeah, this was a perfectly entertaining and very cool episode of the Contender series. My favorite thing in all of mixed martial arts, and I appreciate all of y'all who have been hanging out. Downshift, Hydra, of course, John Dong and Arrogant Savage checking in later. Didgery Dave coming in early, and everybody else who was hanging out for a little while, looking to see where they could find the fights. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Bro, yo, get down. Jesus Christ, this cat. McMillan was fight of the night? Definitely it was. Yeah, absolutely. That was the most fight of the fights, for sure. I'm glad there weren't any Butterball heavyweights. Come on, bro. You didn't like the Incredible Hulk? You weren't down with the Incredible Hulk? Out here talking about hunting down PDF files and members of the LGBT community? In the most cringe shit I've ever seen in my life? You're not down with that? Yeah, very professional fighters. I also prefer that. I also prefer professionalism. And I definitely like that my boy Nalo, fighting out of Canada, was such a cool guy on top of getting a very nice finish. Nalo, what a G. John Paul Lebosnoyani. Too many syllables, but still a G. Want to see Haig and Ho come back? Yeah, I could see both of them getting another shot at it. I could definitely see both of them getting another shot at it. I thought that Ho was actually pretty technically sound. He needs to shore up a couple holes in the game. There are definitely some adjustments that need to be made, but overall, I would also like to see both of them come back. I want to see Haig get another shot at it just because that was such bullshit how that ended. Also, it bears repeating that I am loving every time that I get to see Lorisenko on camera with those very red lips. Haig is a kickboxer, but has only one via sub. Very weird. I mean, we see that more often than not. I mean, like, you see fighters who have like a skill set and then they don't end up using it very often. Paul Craig, we were just talking about that on the podcast yesterday. Paul Craig, high-level jiu-jitsu guy. Oh, he's got such great grappling. Barely uses it. All right. Well, we're going to find out who got contracts here in a minute. Also, one of my favorite parts of the show. Getting to see who actually makes it or not. See if I agree with these picks. If I was going to say, I think that pretty much everybody who won except for Chapolin would be what I would go with. You're going to become the greatest capoeira technician and run through welterweight. I like it, Downshift. We had a capoeira guy on the Contender series who didn't use his capoeira. Maybe you can go on the Contender series and actually pull off some cool moves. Go Eddie G from Tekken 3 on them bitches. But you know, this is a necessity though. If you're going to be a capoeira fighter, you got to come out to the greatest capoeira song, which is that Zoom 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 song. Zoom 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 capoeira matayu. Zoom 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 capoeira matayu. That's a great song. You know that song? That capoeira song it's fire. So that has to be your walkout if you're going to be that dude, if you're going to be Mr. Capoeira. Your only stipulation is you need music being played mid-round. I like it. Yeah, you can get some good break beats going too. Go have Scorpio by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 playing. Show no shame. Shake it, baby. I love that song. He is DJ Flash and he came here to give you a blast. And we are the Furious 5 and we're rockin', shockin' all the way live. Capoeira plus karate plus combat samba. Combat samba? Is that a thing? Combat samba? I like it. Backflip kick knockout? Pulling off the Michel Pereira? Back when he was still somebody? Michel Pereira caught a serious case of Angela Hill syndrome over the years, but can't deny that he was entertaining at one point. Yeah, that replay of the JPL knockout is, man, that was something cool, bro. He had bro wobbling like he was waiting for the fatality in Mortal Kombat. You know, like when it's like after it's like finish him and the dude just kind of like standing there wobbling. That's what Congdon looked like. Pereira let you down on the last card. Yeah, that's an understatement. Pereira killed a whole bunch of parlays, but shout out to blonde Kyle Dawkins coming back into the promotion. Doing the thing. The Olashechek brothers are identical? Like literal identical twins, or they just look identical? Yeah. Nice. There you go. First dude who fought McMillan, what was his name? Magoyan? He's getting his win money also. I appreciate that. All right, McMillan is in. No, nothing about Magoyan. Magoyan just gets his win money, but doesn't get the whole we'll call him up thing. Cesare is only 25. All right, so then not identical then. Yeah, so there you go. Hey, all right, Chapolin doesn't get a contract. Let's go. Sorry, I mean I don't hate. I'm not trying to prey on the dude's downfall, but I didn't think that the performance warranted it. So. No contract for Chapolin. This is brutal? Nah, fuck that. I think this is exactly correct so far. Yeah, Nalo! Nalo gets the contract! Shout out to Canada, Porn Stash and Mullet. All right, Cesare. And they're not identical. They don't look that much alike, honestly, bro. Like, they look enough alike to be brothers, but they don't look that much alike. All right, Cesare gets his contract too. Hey, all right. And JPL gets a contract too. It went exactly as your boy thought it was going to go. Let's go. Aside from Magoyan not getting the alternative call up, Magoyan needs to come back. He needs to be on another episode. JPL going to be a problem? I like it. I like it. Hell yeah. Good shit, dude. All right. So, we ended up with 4 contracts out of 5 fights. Chapolin does not get one after going through the Contender Series and the Ultimate Fighter. Maybe it's time for him to not keep getting a shot at this thing. Perhaps. Maybe. Other than that, though, I am completely satisfied, and this has been a very fun week of the Contender Series. I am very happy with this. All right. And that is going to do it for the Contender Series tonight. Yeah, 4 out of 5, Sigma. Honestly, I think it went exactly how it should have. Oh, you meant 4 out of 5 on your parlay. Damn, dude, that sucks. Sorry, brother. Sorry. But, I mean, yo, my boy Nalo did that work, though, man. You cannot deny that Canadian muscle on the 36-year-old prospect. Also, by the way, like that tie on Michael Chiesa. Nalo was the biggest surprise. I mean, like, I don't, again, for me, everything's a surprise. So I was just happy to see a fun fight. And Nalo certainly gave me that. So this has been a good one. This has been a fun one, man. All right. So that, I guess, is pretty much going to do it. Usually I don't stick around for the post-fight interviews with these guys. DC is so squishy and cute and chonky. Yes, he is a heckin' chonker for sure. I do not appreciate that he just came in to take over the broadcast real quick to give his power rankings. Like, bro, either be on the broadcast or not. What are you doing? All right. Hey, Downshift, I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who has been hanging out for these fights. Always a great time here for the Contender Series. Like I said, one of my favorite, if not my favorite thing in all of mixed martial arts right here. I love the Contender Series. Always a joy to be doing these watch-alongs. If you are new, make sure that you are subscribed. Do watch-alongs for each and every UFC event and some other combat sports on top of it when I can. There are videos on the channel when I get the time for that as well. So a lot of content throughout the week on the channel. I will be back, of course, on Saturday for the Paris card. So if you are around and you want to hang out and watch some more fights with your boy, you know where to find me, youtube.com/@YamaShow. Appreciate it. You're going to start tuning into the podcast? Based, brother. That is a great, great idea. All you guys out there, thanks again. Really appreciate it, as I said. And, I'll catch up with you guys on Saturday. If I don't see you before then, hopefully maybe might try to get a video out if there's something to talk about. Was toying with the idea of putting something out about the Rampage crash out, but I don't know if I really felt it was warranted. So we'll see. Either way, have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your week. If I don't see you, of course, we'll catch back up on Saturday. And as always, fight on.
Game.